Oxalates have been demonized. Should we minimize them? Particularly the higher oxalate foods like almonds, legumes, some grains, spinach, beet greens, and chard. So we do have some patients who are having issues with oxalates, but that's not to say oxalate foods are bad. And that's not to say necessarily you have to minimize them. Even some of our patients who are on a low FODMAP diet, that doesn't mean to avoid all FODMAP foods. And for those that aren't aware, you're talking about fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyls. That's what FODMAPs is an acronym, and that's what that stands for. Say that 5 times fast. But essentially, that doesn't mean you have to avoid them. It's just that, okay, there's some issue here. Maybe certain FODMAP foods are bugging you. Typically, we see that in dairy. A lot of dairy foods are a big one for majority of people in general that is causing GI distress. It is high FODMAP on top of the fact that there's other issues with it. So that's a big one. But when it comes to oxalates, there are higher oxalate foods, and it could just be time. I know a lot of us struggle. I struggle with being patient. And so one of the points we like to make, and if you've been following us, you maybe have heard us say this, but we are living in a time, and there's really no other time like this modern human era where we can drastically shift our diet so quickly, right? You can go from being 100% plant-based 1 year to then being carnivore the next year. And when I say year, it can happen in the span of a week, right? I'm going to Air One or Whole Foods or whatever. That's it. I'm done being plant-based. I'm going to be carnivore. And the next day I buy all the meats and whatever and butter sticks and boom, I'm carnivore. For the vast majority of human history, that was not possible, right? If you were going to eat purely carnivore, it would take time to hunt, to move. Maybe you were in South America in the rainforest and there was lots of fruit and berries and just seeds and plants and roots. And so that's a majority of what you ate versus someone in Alaska or somewhere cold where they were surviving off animal products for the most part, right? To transition to those geographical areas, you'd have to travel, and it could take years, months, I guess, if you're lucky, but years. And by that time, your gut is shifting according to the environment, according to what you're eating, and changing in your food slowly, right? So there's still some people who can change quickly. There's others where you got to be patient and slowly shift. So that is true when you're having issues with oxalates.